Booktube, what a journey. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you'll have seen from the title of the video and the thumbnail, I'm doing the Booktube journey tag, if I can spit my words out. I saw Charlotte at Coiny Reads do this tag a while ago, I think 5 or 6 months ago, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to do that in October, just before my Booktube birthday. So I'm doing that today. I will put Charlotte's version in the description along with the original. It was originally created by the lovely Katie Lumsden. I will also obviously put the questions so you can see all about that. And yeah, it's just a kind of fun video chatting through your journey on Booktube, and I thought it'd be a good one to do today. So as always, when I do a tag, I've got my laptop screen open just behind the camera, so that's where I'm looking for the questions. And yeah, we're just going to work our way through. So question number 1, how long have you been watching Booktube? I've been watching Booktube for 7 years. I started watching YouTube originally. I used to watch a lot of the Brit vloggers, so people like Zoella, Louise Pentland, like Alfie Days, like that whole group of people, and then I started watching Lena Norms, and she started talking about books and like bookish stuff, and then gradually I found my way onto like Booktube proper. So yeah, I've been watching Booktube for 7 years now, which then links into the next 2 questions. So question number 2 is, how long have you been making Booktube videos? So next month in November, I will have been making videos for 6 years, which just is wild to me that it's been that long. I cannot believe that I've kept this up for 6 years. Lots of you have been here from the beginning, so if you have been here from the start, thank you so very much. If you're new here, thank you for joining us. If you've joined us along the way, obviously, thank you for being here as well. I will put my very first Booktube video in the description if you want to have a little giggle at Baby What Victoria Read. I know lots of people like private their early videos, but I think it's all part of the tapestry, the journey of my channel, and it's kind of nice to look back at it sometimes and have a little giggle and a cringe. So yeah, I'll link that in the description if you're interested. Question number 3, what made you start making videos? So I was watching, at the time, I was watching people like Aoife at Words of Clover, Leanne at Literary Divergence, Olivia Savannah at Olivia's Catastrophe, few others that I've kind of there are certain people that I've watched from then, like all the way through, and then others that I have unsubscribed from or subscribed to recently, but those 3 were the kind of the ones I can remember that I'm still watching now. And I was watching also Brie at 4 Paws in a Book as well, and I just remember thinking, this looks really fun, and I don't really have people in my real life, well I do now because of Booktube, but I don't really have people in my real life, like my normal everyday life, who are big readers and who want to talk in depth about books and how I feel about books and recommending books and all of that stuff. And Booktube was just a really good way to have that and to join a community and create my own corner of that community where it's all about books. So that was what kind of made me want to do it. And I literally just remember having lunch with Gary and Charlie one day and just saying, I'm going to record a YouTube video and I'm going to upload it. And I did, and I think I did it that afternoon. So it was a little bit spur of the moment. It was sort of one of those things that had been percolating in my mind for quite a while. I watched Booktube for about 6 or 12 months before I launched in, and just thought it looked really fun. I just wanted to have a go, so I did. And that's pretty much the story. There's no big story. I just wanted to, and then on a bit of a whim, I uploaded a video sat on my bed, which, like I said, I will link in the description if you really want to see that. Question number 5. Oh no, sorry, question number 4. I'm not very good at tags because I always skip questions by accident. Are there any people who have played a significant role in your Booktube journey? Like, so many that I'm like actually scared to answer this question because I feel like I'm going to miss people. So obviously all the people I've already mentioned really encouraged me, not directly, but with their content, to take the plunge. Also, Mary Among Stories, I was also watching, and Harriet, I think she's just Harriet Rosie now, but she was Harriet Rosie Reads. All of these people are linked in the description. Please go and follow all of them. They're all amazing. And they definitely made me feel like I could have a go. And then along the way, I've also met and kind of picked up Chloe from Chloe Reads Books, Charlotte at Books and Bargains. They are two people who have become real life best friends to me. So they've played a really significant role. And there'll be lots of others. And obviously the other people that play a significant role on my channel are you guys, the viewers, the people that watch, the people that subscribe, the people that talk to me in the comments and on Instagram, who, you know, encourage me with likes on my videos, who get involved with the Etsy stuff and the charity, my charity shenanigans. All of those people are also massively involved, obviously, in the channel, because if there were no people, I'd just be talking to myself and I wouldn't have that community, which is what I wanted when I joined Booktube. And I've been so fortunate to have found it. Okay, number 5, what kind of books do you like to read? That's actually quite difficult. As you can see from behind me, I'm not a one genre person. I read genuinely a bit of everything. I think the only thing I don't enjoy reading is sci-fi. I haven't been able to find sci-fi that I like. As to be honest, as soon as someone says set in space, part of my brain just switches off. I'm just not interested. Everything else I will read a bit of. I will read, I'm just looking at the background of my own background. Historical fiction, I like non-fiction, I like dark fiction, I like a bit of romance. I've really got into fantasy this year and last year. I like classics, middle grades, YA. I've got a little growing collection of graphic novels down here. I don't read loads of poetry. I do quite like a book in verse though, which is a form of poetry, obviously. Yeah, literary fiction is always good. Thrillers and mysteries, obviously. I've kind of said dark fiction, which kind of covers that. So I will read most things. I'm not interested in alien smut. No shade to anyone who enjoys that. I'm so glad you enjoy it. It's just not enough for me. There's not enough of a story, I don't think, for it to interest me. Like I said, I'm not into sci-fi. I've not been able to, I've tried several different sci-fis, lots of sci-fis actually, and I just can't connect. But I think that's the only things I don't really read. Everything else I like to read. So yeah, I'm a very broad reader in terms of genre, and I like a bit of everything. I like to mix up my reading diet, if you want to put it that way. Right, question number 6. How has that changed since you started on Booktube? So if you go and watch my original video, you'll see, I think the first video is a wrap up, and I was just reading like a real random mix of stuff. I feel like I put a lot more thought into what I'm reading these days. I'm a lot more deliberate with what I'm picking up. Then I was just literally reading books my mum passed on to me, stuff I picked up in the library, stuff that friends passed on to me. Occasionally I would go and buy new books in Waterstones, but it was quite a bit of a kind of scattergun approach. I didn't really know what I liked. I did a lot of rereading. I don't reread as much. I have been better at that this year, but I feel like now I'm a lot more deliberate with what I'm picking up and reading. I feel like I'm a more successful reader these days. I'm reading more things that I really love, whereas back then a lot of stuff I would read and I'd be like, that was okay, and then move on. So I feel like that's the main changes. I've become more deliberate in what I am reading. Okay, question number 7. What kind of videos do you like most to make? Vlogs. I obviously do sit down videos like this one, but I do my wrap-ups vlog style. Just because that is easier for me and more fun to film clips on the go when I finish books. I really love putting together B-roll. I really enjoy that. And it's always really nice when you guys give me positive feedback on my B-roll, because I do put effort into it and I really enjoy, like, that's the bit I enjoy most, really, is B-roll. I like to film vlogs. I like kind of documenting things that happen, and there's so many vlogs that I rewatch, like when I went to Edinburgh. I rewatch that a lot. Vlogs where I've been with Charlotte and Chloe. Vlogs where I've just been into Bath for a bit of an explore, which is my local city or town. So yeah, I really love filming vlogs. I do enjoy a sit down chatty video like this one, obviously, because I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. But there's something about vlogs that are just a lot more fun. So yeah, vlogs definitely. Number 8, how has that changed since you started on Booktube? Do you think your video making style has changed over time? It has and it hasn't, right? Like I said, if you go and watch that original video, I feel like I've got a better setup now because I'm sat with my books rather than just perched on my bed. Hopefully the lighting is better. Hopefully the quality of the filming is better. And hopefully the sound is better, because it's not great in that first video. However, I am still just filming on my own iPhone. I have had several upgrades since that original video. So yeah, I'm still just filming on my phone. I don't have a microphone. I don't have lights, as you can probably tell today. It's very much just a cheap tripod that I got from Amazon to hold my phone up, and I put it down and I start chatting, and that's stayed the same. But I do think hopefully some of the quality has improved, and I think when I first started, there's no way I could have imagined vlogging as much as I do. I've always loved watching vlogs, but I never thought I would have the guts to try it. And the only reason I enjoy it so much is because you guys are always so kind to my vlog videos and give me so much positive feedback. So thank you. If you've ever commented on a vlog, any video at all, but vlogs in particular, thank you so much, because my heart is always in my mouth when vlogs go live every single month with my reading wrap up. Like, it makes Gary laugh because I'm like, no one's going to watch, it's too long, it's not interesting enough, and then every single month you guys show up for me and prove me wrong, and I just really appreciate it, because I feel like vlogs are more personal. You know, I'm showing you bits of my day-to-day life rather than just chatting with you in front of my bookshelves. And yeah, it's always just a little bit more, I feel a bit more vulnerable filming vlogs. So I really didn't think it was going to be part of my channel when I started. So yeah, that is another change. Okay, question number 9. Do you script and or edit your videos, and has that changed over time? I do not script anything. If you've watched any of my content, you know it's not scripted at all. And I do edit. I don't edit as hard as some people do. And I really am in awe of people who edit properly. I edit in that I cut off the start where I'm like reaching towards the camera to press go, and I take off the end again where I'm reaching towards the camera to be like turning it off, and I create b-roll. That is the extent of my editing. I don't edit out when I fumble my words, which is constant, when I do like ums and ahs, or if I repeat myself. I think the only time I cut is if I sneeze, because nobody needs to see or hear that. But everything else I just leave in. I leave in the chaos of the cats. Because I just, you know, it's not my style. I don't have a slick, highly edited, clearly, style. It's just me chatting in front of a camera. And one of the biggest compliments anyone can ever pay me with my channel is when people say, oh, it's like sitting down with a friend to talk about books. That is exactly what I want this channel to be, a safe, cozy, bookish space. And so I love when people say that. And in real life, you can't edit if you fumble your words. It just is what it is. So yeah, and yeah, so no, I don't script. I do obviously occasionally do tags which give you the questions. That's about as much prep as I do. Mostly I just think, I want to talk about this, and then I sit down and chat about that thing, and that's it. Okay, question number 10. This was a really interesting one because I hadn't looked at this for a long time. What's the most viewed video on your channel? So I literally, when I was sitting down to film this, went onto my YouTube page, went onto my videos, and then you can sort it by popular. And I haven't looked at this for ages. I am rubbish at looking at stats. I am quite intimidated by stats. I went through a phase where I was obsessed with my YouTube stats, and it just killed all of the enjoyment for me. I almost nearly stopped making videos because of the stats, and actually realised that's not the point for me. The point is that I enjoy chatting about books and creating this cozy bookish space, and stats are irrelevant to that. Like, this is not my job. It's a hobby that I love and enjoy, and so I've kind of stepped away from looking at stats. So I haven't looked at this for ages, like probably 2 years really. I do keep an eye on the video that's just like most recently uploaded, and obviously I respond to comments and all of that stuff, but I don't look too deeply at stats other than that. So yeah, my most watched video is from 3 years ago, and it's my Margaret Atwood ranking video, which is great. It's got like 3.6 thousand views on it as of filming right now. I'm just looking at it. But that's so brilliantly random because it's such a niche thing. So 3 or 4 years ago, I did a What the Book Club read, and we read Margaret Atwood from start to what was then the finish. And then I did a ranking video to kind of wrap up that project. And it wasn't really for anyone else. It was just for me to kind of put my thoughts somewhere about the books that I've read. But yeah, that is the most popular video on my channel by quite a long way. I'll link it if you are interested. And then the next one after that, which is also brilliantly random, is my June 2023 vlog, which has got 3.1 thousand views on it. And then the third one, which is 2.8, is my April 2023 vlogs. And I just, like, obviously it's lovely that people are watching these videos, but I'm just like, out of all the videos, why have those two like really caught people's imaginations? So yeah, my most watched video is my Margaret Atwood ranking video, which I think is brilliantly random. So yeah, that was fun to find out. Okay, number 10. I can't answer this question. 11. What's your favourite video you've ever made? I literally can't answer that because it would feel like choosing a favourite child. I only have one child, he's obviously the favourite, but like it would be like choosing one favourite book. There's so much on my channel that I'm proud of. Like I said, I love the vlogs that I make, my wrap-up vlogs, plus any like other random like side quest vlogs that I do. I'm always really proud of those. I love the video from I think 3 years ago, which is a bit scary, from where Charlotte and I were in Oxford and we just sat down and just recorded us chatting absolute nonsense. So I'll link that in the description if you're interested. Editing me, by the way, is cursing filming me for all of the links that I'm gonna have to find. I think that was a brilliantly fun video. I also love a video that I did a couple of years ago where I went to Bath for the day and like showed you all of my favourite parts of Bath. Like Bath has got such a special place in my heart. It's where I went to uni, and it felt like I was creating like a love letter to my favourite city, so I really love doing that. And then there have been loads of really fun sit down videos, tags, recommendation videos that I've done. I can't choose my favourite video that I've made. I just can't. Other creators, if you do this tag, if you're able to choose a favourite video, please tell me your secret. How did you choose? Because I just can't. I've been thinking about it I knew I was going to film this video, and I've been thinking about this for a couple of days, and I was like, I can't pick one. So I have no answer. Okay, number 12. Do you have a favourite book you read because of Booktube? I've got loads of books that have been recommended that I picked up because of Booktube recommendations, and I could do a whole video on that. If you're interested in that, let me know, because I'm always happy to do recommendation videos. However, if I didn't have this channel and the audience that I have, I wouldn't be a Book Break Insider. So Book Break is part of Pan Macmillan, which is one of the publishing houses obviously here in the UK and across the world, and they run the Book Break Insider program. So that is where they give influencers. Side note, I would never describe myself as an influencer. That is the most cringy word ever, but that's what they call us. Where they take people with platforms and they give us early access to books, obviously to help with the promotion of those books and the advertising and all of that stuff. And if it wasn't for this channel, I would not be able to be part of that program, and I love being part of Book Break. I'm so lucky, like I do not take it for granted at all, but on the last Friday of every month, I get an email from Book Break saying, these are the proofs that we've got available, the ARCs are sometimes finished copies. Would you like any of these? And then I fill in a little thing, what do you call it, little application thing, and say, yes please, could I have this and this. They don't send me everything I ask for because my channel is very small compared to a lot of the other the other creators in the program, but I do usually get 1 or 2 a month, and I'm so appreciative. And I think I can't answer this question with any other book than this one, because they sent me this proof in November of 2022, and it's kicked off a whole genre that I now deeply love. That book is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I think that my cozy book recommendation video is coming before this one, so I'll link it in the description where I talk about this at length. But this book, like I said, I wouldn't have got my hands on this proof without Book Break, and I feel like I might not have picked this up in a bookshop. I was sent this by them. I think they sent it unsolicited, and I'm so glad they did, because it's now sparked this whole genre of cozy fantasy, which I absolutely love. And I think it's probably also led me ultimately to reading The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series, which has become part of my personality this year. So yeah, this one for sure has had a huge impact on my reading. But there are loads and loads and loads of books that I probably wouldn't have picked up without the Booktube influence. Okay, number 13. Do you have a favourite Booktube experience to tell us about? I've met so many cool people and so many friends because of Booktube. So people I've met in person include Charlotte at Books and Bargains. We've been together a few times now. Chloe as well, who've already talked about. Chloe reads books. I also went up to Edinburgh and met Leanne at Literary Diversions and Jean. And that was really cool. I've got vlogs for all of those things. Like I said, editing me is going, why did you mention so many videos? I have to find 500 links now. So that's also been really cool. I have been recognised a couple of times. It's happened 3 times. I've had people who watch my channel come up to me and say hello, which is so lovely. And then afterwards, I always feel really bad because I think I'm a bit rabbit in the headlights when it happens. And I always worry afterwards that I wasn't like effusive enough. So if you've ever bumped into me in public and come and said hello, thank you. Like, it absolutely makes my day. It's hilarious. It absolutely blows my mind that anyone cares enough to come and say hello to me. And I'm sorry if I was weird. It's just, it really catches me off guard because I'm not I'm not a celebrity. Like, it's a weird one. To be fair, each time it's happened, I've been in a bookshop. So, you know, that's probably where you're going to expect to spot any local booktubers in your area. So yeah, that's happened a few times and that's been really lovely. And like I said, I've made lots of wonderful friends along the way. Number 14, what does your book collection look like? I fairly recently did a bookshelf reorganisation thing, so I will put that in the description. I have got just very quickly, I've got my red books down here in the lounge. I've got this bookshelf, another bookshelf that's about the same size over there, and then I've got shelves up here, which have got my hardbacks on. And then upstairs is my TBR. I keep my TBR separate from my red books, and the TBR is up in our bedroom. But yeah, I recently did a book reorganisation video, so I will leave that linked for you in the description. Number 15, what advice would you give new people, we're almost done, would you give to new people starting a booktube channel? Do it. Don't think about it, just do it. It's the most fun. All you need, as you can see, is a phone to film on and a tripod, which, like I said, I think mine was like £7 from Amazon and it's lasted me for years. Some decent light. If you can have books behind you, that's great, but don't stress about it. And just chat and have fun. Make videos you want to make. Don't make videos you think you should make. Don't read books you think you should read, because that will come across in your content. And also do the Booktube newbie tag, because that's where that's a tag a lot of us keep an eye on for new booktubers coming in. But yeah, my biggest bit of advice is just take a deep breath, press record and go for it. It is honestly one of the best things I've ever done and I would highly recommend it. Okay, number 16, tag some people. So if you haven't seen a tag from me before, I literally just go into my sub feed and I'm going to tag some people who have recently posted videos at the time of filming, because then they're definitely active and making videos on Booktube. So my tags are as follows: Leanne at Literary Diversions, Brianna at Four Paws and a Book, Chloe at Chloe Reads Books, Charlotte at Books and Bargains. Who else has posted a video recently? Other Charlotte's already done it. Emily at Emily Kathleen Reads, Aoife at Pretty Purple Polka Dots, and Charlie at Charlie Brooke Reads. I am tagging all of you in this tag. However, if you are a booktuber and you want to do it, please do it. You can say I tagged you if you like. This is a really fun one. I really enjoyed this one, so thank you, Charlotte, for posting it in the first place. If you made it to this point in the video, let's have an owl emoji for my little buddy there. Just let me know you got to the end. Please subscribe if you would like more of this chaos, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, everyone. Bye.